that was how we manifested our first luxury vehicle. I loved it, felt the emotion. I said, I'm gonna get that. And then that was it. I didn't go back and forth like, how are we gonna afford it? It's too much money. I didn't do any of that. I said, I want it. When it's time for me to get a car, I'm gonna get it. Hey, fortunate ones. Yes, I'm talking to you. You are fortunate no matter what you're going through as an XJW. You are alive and you have the choice to make changes in your life, to move it in the direction you want to go in. So I am getting all my supplies together to make a vision board. You all should make a vision board. I am going to be posting a video showing the really simple method I use to make my vision board. But while I was making it, I was like, how am I gonna get these XJWs to be on board with making a vision board? Because it's just so out of what we were taught in a Jehovah's Witness organization. So what I thought I would do in this video is share with you guys some ways that I have had great success manifesting things via not only positive thinking, by looking at the things that I want to achieve on my vision board, but then also putting the work in as well. But that vision board helps your vision to be like laser focused on what it is you want to achieve. So if this sounds like something that could help you as you're progressing and rebuilding your life, stick around for the rest of the video, share, like, and if you want to be a part of the Fortunate Awakening community, come on and subscribe. This is a place where you will get the encouragement and the patience that you need so that you can keep taking the steps at your own pace as you recover from all the emotional abuse. Okay. So the 3 things that I was able to manifest very easily when I didn't even know a lot about manifesting. Manifesting is not just a belief system. It is proven when you look into quantum physics, now that they have these higher powered microscopes that they've been using, they can tell that what you think mentally changes what happens physically. So it is science-based. I'm not going to delve too deep into that. Most people are not science geeks like me. I have a Bachelor of Science in nursing. Most of my classes in college revolved around science. And then I've done so much research since I've been out of college for 26 years because I am just a science geek. I would advise you to do at least some preliminary research because it'll just help you understand the world around you in such a better way than what we're presented with, especially what we were presented with in the Jehovah's Witness organization. We had no exposure to this, but look into quantum physics and how it is completely connected with manifesting what you want in your life. So the 3 things that I was easily able to manifest were, 2 of them were cars. Yes. 2 luxury cars. Luxury cars to me, a girl from West Philly, a Mercedes, and then my husband has a Denali. Now let me give you some history with us. We are not car people. Prior to these 2 what people consider luxury cars, we drove old cars. Like our cars are always at least 10 years old. We love not having to pay a car payment. For me, the only thing I'm gonna splurge on is handbags. Everything else I buy on sale. Furniture, clothes, handbags. I'm at the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci boutique buying full price. That's the only thing I'll splurge on. A car, who cares? So I want you to know that we are not car people, but there was a time where we knew we were gonna need to get new cars. So we manifested the Mercedes first. We needed a car. We had a minivan when we were in Colorado. We were moving here to Texas. We knew we wanted something safer on the road. That was really my husband. He did his research. So many people drive extra large SUVs here. He was like, I don't want you in a minivan. His research started with, it's time for a new vehicle. Let me find the safest vehicle. So he was off doing that. We moved here to Texas. My son is on all these basketball teams. So I'm with moms. Oh, you don't know where the city is, where the basketball game is? I'll drive you. So I was always with this one mom in her brand new Mercedes. She is a Mercedes lover. That is all she has. And she gets the new Mercedes like every 3 years. My husband's like, okay, we've got to get the new car within like 3 months. So he decided he wanted me to get a mid-sized SUV. I refused. I didn't want a large one. He said, you're going to get a mid-sized SUV. So we looked at the Infiniti mid-size SUV, the Toyota mid-size SUV, anything you could think of, we went to see it. I was like, we did not go see a Mercedes. We did not go see the $100,000 cars. We didn't go see them because like we had no connection with wanting a $100,000 car. So finally, he's like, what are you gonna get? I'm like, get me a bike. I'm done. Get me a bike. I'm sick of it, of dragging these 3 kids, getting in and out of cars. We can't fit in the mid-size SUVs because we need more leg room, but I didn't want the big SUV. So we go to another basketball tournament and I'm with this sweet mom and she gets her new Mercedes now. So she's like excited. And when I tell you, every time she gets a Mercedes, she gets the silver Mercedes. I call it gray. I think she calls it silver. And she all happy about this Mercedes. It looks like the same car to me. So she's like, come on. And I was like, oh, it's nice. And I said, we need to get a car. I don't know what I'm going to get. And she's like, oh, you should test drive this one. You should drive it. You're going to love it. I was like, okay, I'll drive it. Because I'm not going to yet another dealership to look at another car. So let me drive yours here. I drive it. I love the way it drove. I was like, I really like this car. And I was like, now how much was it? It was 90. I had all the emotions about it. I was manifesting this Mercedes and didn't even realize it. I had all the emotions while I was driving it. That's what they tell you. Whatever you want, pretend that you're doing it, feel how you're gonna feel. I drove it, could feel myself with my kids going through the Chick-fil-A. Like I was reaching back to be like, okay, this is not too far for me to hand back the children's meal. I think there's enough room. She had 2 boys, tall boys, and she was like, oh, we have plenty of room. And I was like, you know what? I want to get one of these. This is perfect. And I let it go. That was the end of it. Mind you, we have 3 months left that my husband's like, we need to get a new car. Lo and behold, when he does his research on this, one of the safest mid-size SUVs, it's the Mercedes. So I'm like, what? He was like, I think we should go over to the Mercedes dealership and check it out, because with all my research I'm doing, this is the car we should get, because of course we keep our cars for 10 years. Mercedes have a really good longevity. So we go, needless to say, now I have this $100,000 luxury vehicle. That was how we manifested our first luxury vehicle. I loved it, felt the emotion. I said, I'm gonna get that. And then that was it. I didn't go back and forth like, how are we gonna afford it? It's too much money, any of that. I said, I want it. When it's time for me to get a car, I'm gonna get it. And within 3 months, I had my little Blue Jay, and I love it now. I love that Mercedes. Okay, second luxury vehicle. So now my husband needs a car. His car was 18 years old. He was driving a Ford Expedition, the Eddie Bauer one. 18 years old. I told him, I said, that car is grown. It's ready to leave home. It doesn't want you driving anymore. So he is torn. He likes the bigger trucks because he's always driving kids everywhere. And like the basketball teams, and the children are giants. So he's like, I don't know what I want. There's nothing I really want. Lo and behold, he comes home with the Denali. He loves it. And then you might think, well, how did he manifest that? He did shopping for that. Let me show you something. So about a year after he has the Denali, we are moving to a new house, and I'm going through all of our old greeting cards. So my mother-in-law sends him a greeting card for his birthday with love, son, on your birthday. She puts in there a picture of a Denali. My mother. Then we remembered. I said, babe, do you remember my mom giving you this card with a picture of a Denali. And we were like, we could vaguely remember it, but one time we went to visit, he must have said to her that he likes the Denali. And it was in this card all this time. He didn't even focus on it. He didn't remember, but it was something that he said, that he felt. And then my mother-in-law provided the visual. He got a Denali. So I feel like the more intention you put on something, you could bring it about that much quicker. My Mercedes came about within 3 months. His Denali came about with him not even thinking about it. Third thing that we manifested is like a miracle of all miracles is, after we had our second child, we lost a child. And I was already like 35 at that time and knew I wanted more children. I was told that it wouldn't happen. Like the details of how we lost that child affected my fertility going forward. So we were told you are never going to get pregnant unless you do extreme infertility treatments, right? So my husband was like, no, we're not doing any of that. We have one boy, one girl, we good. If it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. So for 4 years, I carried all this negative energy about mourning that we weren't going to have any more children. So, and I saved every little thing, every little toy, blanket, because I was like, we're going to have another baby. We're going to have another baby. We're going to defy the odds. We're going to have another baby. And I even considered going to infertility without my husband. Well, I did go. They wouldn't let me do it without my partner. They were like, your partner has to come. We have to check him and make sure it's not him, blah, blah, blah. We knew it wasn't him. We knew that what had happened with me. So I couldn't do it without him, and I'm glad I didn't. So then December 2010, he's like, Nadine, we are not having any more kids. You are turning 40 next year. We need to get rid of all this stuff in the garage. We can't even park in the garage because I had all the babies, the crib, the toddler bed, the first bike, the second bike, the third bike. I was adamant that another baby was coming. The problem was I had negative emotions attached to it. So he said, you're gonna have to give this stuff away. This is the time to do it. I told you he an accountant. He's like, we're gonna write this stuff off on our taxes, check, check, check. So I was like so mourning, and I was like, okay, let's give this stuff away. We give the stuff away. Going into January, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be grateful for the 2 children I have. They are such a miracle. And I got rid of all the negative emotions I had attached to not being able to get pregnant and to the child that we lost. January, I do that. February, we find out we're pregnant. And then October, the end of October of the following year, my surprise blessing. He was manifested. The reason why in the 4 years it couldn't happen was because I had so much negative focus on it. So my suggestion to manifest quickly is first, get your vision board. We're gonna do that in the next video. Put positive energy on it. Just believe that it's gonna happen, and that's it. Let it go. If you can't focus on it and have positive energy, then just put it out of your mind. So that is how we easily manifested 2 luxury vehicles and my Nate the Great. Okay. All right. So take care, Fortunate One. Go do some research regarding quantum physics and how it causes manifestation to happen. I want you to keep growing in knowledge so that you can keep growing and healing emotionally. Okay. Bye, Fortunate Ones.